Michael! I've never seen this you.
Have you not?
Wow, we've got a really, really flowery,
Isn't that
long,
amazing?
dark-haired Mike Silver with glasses and a very long moustache and very flower power.
Yeah.
The subtitle of this poster is Steve Brown, Gus Dudgeon, Elton John, John Reid and Bernie Taupin proudly present Mike Silver on his first American tour.
First and last American tour.
Wow. Oh, is it the Troubadour in London?
Troubadour, Old Brompton Road.
What a beautiful poster.
Yeah, that was the front of the album cover.
And then there's a little note at the bottom. The Rocket Record Company.
That's right, yeah. I think I was the second or third artist to be signed to Rocket in 1973 when the label started.
Elton John's record label.
Yeah, that was a whole thing. I mean, it was an amazing experience, and I wouldn't be the same guy without it. But it was another world. And I wrote this fantastic song called Troubadour, which was the title track.
Yeah.
And Elton didn't like it, so I wasn't allowed to have it on the album. Because there was a line in it about getting laid.
Oh, so you naughty thing. And that really, was that not...
And I wasn't allowed to have that on my song, so therefore Elton didn't like it, so it didn't get on the album. Those guys, they must have thought they were gods. I don't know, because I think the year they signed me, I think Elton grossed over $70 million or something the year they signed me. He was making so much money. I think they thought they could do anything they wanted to do with anybody they wanted to do it with. And I just think that the problem between me and them was that they had their world, which was successful and bright and everything going for them. But they never really thought about my world. They never really wanted to be in my world. They didn't check my... Steve Brown, if he could have, would like to have taken more notice of my world, where I was coming from. Yeah. But the other guys, all they did was just change people to the way they wanted them to be.
Yeah, this formula works, so we'll stick with this.
Yeah, we don't need to, And it's a shame, really.
Fundamental error, really.
Yeah, it had huge potential, but it just was never really going to work. And they sent me to America to become famous overnight, and of course I wasn't ready for it. I was a young man, and because my head had been turned by all that stardom and stuff, all that glitter that I was suddenly faced with, people rolling around in big rollers and all of that, and getting lifts in John Reid's Rolls Royce and stuff like that. Yeah. I was just gone. I was just completely gone. Oh, I've cracked it. I've made it.
Hard to know that you're not ready as well. That's not the kind of judgment that we make easily.
I tell you what, when I got on stage in Philadelphia, I found out I wasn't ready. I was not ready, not by any stretch of the imagination. But it's all a learning curve, isn't it? Yeah.
And the Troubadour at the front window is just full of beautiful coffee pots and
still
teapots.
Apparently. It's still the same. Yeah. It's still the same. Of course, there is two of me, you see.
Yes. It's really lovely. I'm gonna have to get a picture of this. It's gorgeous. How exciting!